Children, now let us start the new chapter, Magnetic Effect of Electric Current. What is that? Magnetic effect of electric current. There are many effects of electric current. Some of them are heating effect of electric current, magnetic effect of electric current, chemical effect of electric current, etc. In the previous chapter on electricity, we learned about the heating effect of electric current. What could be the other effects of electric current? There are many effects. Here now let us discuss about the magnetic effect of electric current. We know that an electric current carrying wire behaves like a magnet. Before studying the magnetic effect of electric current, first let us discuss about the magnet and magnetism. What is magnet? Magnet is a substance which have the property of attracting small pieces of iron, cobalt, nickel, etc. So, the substances which have the property of attracting small pieces of iron, cobalt, nickel, etc. are called magnets. And this property of attraction is called magnetism. So, magnet is a substance which have the property of attracting small pieces of iron, cobalt, nickel, and the property of attraction is called magnetism. And the magnet may be natural or artificial. What is natural magnet? It is available in nature and having the property of attracting the substances like iron, cobalt, nickel, etc. Piece of lodestone is called natural magnet, which is available in nature. It is black iron oxide, that is a ore of iron, and that is called magnetite. You know that magnetite is a ore of iron. Its chemical name is iron oxide and its molecular formula is Fe2O3. Molecular formula is Fe2O3 and it is available in nature, so it is called natural magnet. Natural magnet. And magnetic poles. Each magnet is having two ends of the magnet at which the magnetic strength is concentrated. Magnetic strength is maximum, are called magnetic pole. When magnet is suspended freely, the pole which points towards the north is called north pole, and the point which points towards the end or the pole which points towards the south is called south pole. Let us observe here. Here you bring one of the type of the magnet which is called the bar magnet near the iron pieces. See here, maximum iron pieces attract towards its end. So you can say that the power of the magnet is concentrated towards its end. Power of the magnet is concentrated towards its end, and these two ends are called the pole. When the magnet is freely suspended, it comes to rest in north and south direction, and the end which is towards the north is called the north pole and the end which is towards the south is called south pole. Here, freely suspended magnet comes to rest in north and south direction, and the end towards the north is called the north pole and end towards the south is called the south pole. So each magnet is having two poles, north pole and south pole, which are the ends of the magnet, and the power of the magnet is concentrated towards its pole. Here you observe that maximum iron pieces are attracted towards its end, towards its pole. Then artificial magnet. You know what is natural magnet? Natural magnets are available in nature. And what is artificial magnet? A piece of iron and other magnetic materials which can be made to acquire the properties of natural magnets are called artificial magnets. Means they are not available in nature, they are prepared artificially. So here magnetic substances are there, iron, cobalt, nickel. They can be converted as a artificial magnet. So a piece of iron and other magnetic materials which can be made to acquire the properties of natural magnets, and they are called artificial magnets. And artificial magnets are having particular shapes, but the natural magnets are not having particular shape. Here the different shapes of magnets are there: bar magnets, horseshoe magnets, magnetic needle, etc. Here you observe the magnets and the three types of magnets. That is the bar shaped magnet, and the other one is the horseshoe magnet, which is having the shape of horseshoe, and the third one is the needle magnet, and there is a total, it is called the magnetic compass, in which the magnetic needle is suspended. Here there are different types of magnet. So the magnet is which is in the form of bar, rectangular bar, is called the bar magnet, and the magnet which is in the shape of horseshoe is called horseshoe magnet, and the magnet which is having the shape of needle is called the magnetic needle. And each magnet is having two poles, north pole and south pole. Children, you note down the figure. Here this is a bar magnet which is in the shape of rectangular bar, and this is a horseshoe magnet which is in the shape of horseshoe, and this is a magnetic needle, and this totally it is called the magnetic compass, and the magnet inside the magnetic compass is magnetic needle. All these magnets are having the properties of magnets. When they are suspended freely, they comes to rest in north and south direction, and if there is any disturbance here, there is a deflection in the magnetic needle because of the presence of the other two magnets. And when the bar magnet is suspended freely, it comes to rest in north and south direction, and all the magnets shows the properties of magnets, and the magnetic power is concentrated towards its pole. Then what are the properties of magnet? Some basic properties of magnet are, you know that magnet attract small pieces of iron, cobalt, nickel, etc. Magnet attract small pieces of iron, cobalt, nickel, etc. And also you know that when magnet is suspended freely, they come to rest in north-south direction. When magnets are suspended freely, they come to rest in north-south direction. And also one of the important property that like magnetic poles repel each other and unlike magnetic pole attract each other. North pole repels north pole, south pole repels south pole, but north pole of one magnet attracts the south pole of the other magnet. North pole of one magnet repels the north pole of the other, and south pole of one magnet repels the south pole of the other, but north pole of one magnet attracts the south pole of the other magnet. Means like magnetic poles repel each other and unlike magnetic poles attract each other. The magnetic poles always exist in pairs. Magnetic poles always exist in pairs. North pole is there means there must be south pole, and each magnet is having north and south pole. Now let us observe the basic properties one by one. Here the first property, that magnet attracts the magnetic substances like iron, cobalt, nickel, etc. If you brought iron pieces, cobalt pieces, nickel pieces towards the magnet, they are attracted by the magnet. Here you observe the iron pieces, iron filings are attracted by the magnet, and maximum iron pieces are attracted towards the poles of the magnet. We have already observed that freely suspended magnet always comes to rest in north and south direction, and the end towards the north is north pole and end towards the south is south pole. That is one of the important property of the magnet. Magnet always comes to rest in north and south direction when it is suspended freely. Now let us observe the repulsion of like poles and attraction of the unlike poles. Bring north pole of one magnet towards the north pole of the other magnet. See what happens. Bring the north pole towards the north pole. Bring north pole of this magnet towards the north pole of the other. Here north pole and north pole comes nearer. See what happens. Here they moves away from each other. Observe here. Like poles are repelling each other. Here they move away from each other. Here there is a repulsion between the like poles of two magnets. Now you bring the south pole of this magnet towards the north. Bring the south pole here. Now the south pole is brought near the north pole of the other magnet. South pole of one magnet is brought near the north pole of the other magnet. This is north pole and this is south pole. Bring the south pole towards the north pole. See what happens. Here unlike poles brought together and they attracts each other. Now about the magnetic effect of electric current. We know that an electric current carrying wire behaves like a magnet. Let us do the activity to reinforce it. Take a straight conductor, straight thick copper wire, and place it between the points X and Y in an electric circuit. Here X and Y are the ends of the wire and it is kept perpendicular to the plane of paper. Here ABCD is a plane of paper and it is kept perpendicular to the plane of the paper. Horizontally place a small compass near to this copper wire. Here you keep a compass. That is the magnetic compass, compass needle. And see the position of its needle. And you know that the magnetic needle comes to rest in north and south direction. Pass the current through the circuit by inserting the key into the plug. Here insert the key into the plug and pass the current through the circuit. Observe the change in the position of the compass needle. Observe the change in the position of the compass needle. Before passing the electric current, the position of the magnetic needle is north and south. And after passing the electric current, what happens to that position? Let us observe the activity here. See the copper wire which is kept perpendicular to the plane of sheet of paper, and here there is a circuit, and see the position of the magnetic needle. It is in the north and south direction. The plug key is inserted. Observe the deflection in the needle here. Compass needle will deflect when electric current is passing through the circuit. It shows a deflection, and it shows that current carrying conductor produces a magnetic field around it. Observe one more activity to clarify the magnetic effect of electric current. See the circuit here. Here is a box and the copper wire is wounded over a box, and below the wire there is a magnetic needle, magnetic compass, and the ends of the wires are connected to the positive and negative end of the battery, and in between them there is a tap key. One end of the wire is connected to the one end of the tap key, and the other end is connected to the battery, and the other end of the battery is connected to the one more end of the tap key. And if switch is on, here tap key is connected, the circuit is completed. See the magnetic compass needle, it deflects. See the deflection in the magnetic needle. So what you can clarify here, what you can conclude, current carrying conductor produces a magnetic field around it. The deflection in the magnetic needle shows the magnetic effect of electric current. Here magnetic needle deflects due to the flow of electric current through the copper wire. So around the copper wire magnetic field is created. That is nothing but the magnetic effect of electric current. We see that the needle is deflected. What does it mean? It means that the electric current through the copper wire has produced a magnetic effect. Means current carrying conductor produces a magnetic field around it. Thus we can say that electricity and magnetism are linked to each other. There is a relation between electricity and magnetism. What about the reverse possibility of an electric effect of moving magnets? You know that the moving magnet can produce the electric current. That is the generator law. You know, in the power generating station we are using the strong magnet to produce the electric current. So the moving magnets can also produce the electric current. That is called the electric effect of the moving magnets. And here we have done the activity for the magnetic effect of electric current. So in this chapter you will study the magnetic fields and electromagnetic effects, and also about electromagnets and electric motors. They involve the magnetic effect of the electric current. Electromagnets and electric motors involve the magnetic effect of electric current. And also let us study about the electric generators, which involve the electric effect of moving magnets. Children, let us perform an activity. Fix a sheet of white paper on a drawing board using some adhesive material. Place a bar magnet in the center of it. Sprinkle some iron filings uniformly around the bar magnet. A salt sprinkler may be used for this purpose. Now tap the board gently. Observe what you can observe here. Let us observe the activity. Let us take a bar magnet and fix it on a sheet of paper and mark the north and south pole and sprinkle iron filings by using the salt sprinkler or any other sprinkler. Here sprinkle the iron filings uniformly around the bar magnet. Spread it. You sprinkle the iron filings. Here what you can observe and what you can conclude. The iron filings arrange themselves in a pattern as shown in the figure. The magnet exerts a force on the iron filings of the surrounding region. This force arranges the iron filings along definite lines extending from one end to another end of the magnet. The region surrounding a magnet in which the force of the magnet can be detected is said to be magnetic field. The lines along which the iron filings align themselves represent magnetic field lines. Here, up to this area, there is a magnetic field. And you know that the magnetic field are in the form of lines. Here you observe that the iron filings arrange themselves in a pattern as shown in the figure. The magnet exerts a force on the iron filings of the surrounding region. Here around the magnet there is a magnetic region. There is a magnetic force. This force arranges the iron filings along the definite lines. Here you can observe the definite lines on which the iron filings are arranged. And the region surrounding a magnet in which the force of the magnet can be detected is called magnetic field. And the lines along here, the lines are there. The lines along which the iron filings are aligned themselves represent what? Represent magnetic field lines. Here these are the magnetic field lines. Children, let us try to obtain the magnetic field lines around a bar magnet. So you do an activity. Take a small compass. And a bar magnet. Place the bar magnet on a sheet of white paper which is fixed on a drawing board. Here place a bar magnet on a sheet of white paper which is fixed on a drawing board and mark the boundary of the magnet. Place the compass near the north pole of the magnet. Here is a north pole and you keep the compass near the north pole of the bar magnet. And you know that the south pole of the compass comes towards the north pole of the bar magnet. We know that unlike poles attract each other and like poles repel each other. So the north pole moves away from the north pole of the bar magnet. That is, north pole of the magnetic compass moves away from the north pole of the bar magnet, and you mark a point towards the north end of the magnet, and now you move the needle to a new position such that its south pole occupies the position previously occupied by its north pole. Here change the position of the compass and move it in such a way that you must keep the needle, magnetic needle, to occupy the new position in such a way that its south pole occupies the previous north pole of the compass. In this way, proceed step by step till you reach the south pole. Here, continue this. You follow the same step, and next you will reach the south pole of the bar magnet. When the compass comes near the south pole of the bar magnet, then what happens? North pole of the compass points toward the south pole of the bar magnet. And you join all the points what you got here, you will get a smooth curve. The curve represents a field line. Here, by joining all the points marked here, you will get a smooth curve. That curve is nothing but a field line. Repeat the above procedure and draw many lines. As you can, you will get pattern shown in this figure. By drawing many lines, you will get a pattern shown in this figure. These lines represent the magnetic field around the magnet. Here, all these are the magnetic line that you can draw by using a bar magnet and a magnetic needle, that is a magnetic compass. The deflection increases as the needle is moved towards the pole that you observed here. You know that when the magnetic compass is near the pole, the deflection will be more. When it moves away from the magnet, the deflection is less because the magnetic field strength goes on decreases when the magnetic compass moves away from the bar magnet. When it comes near the pole, more will be the deflection. So, you know that magnetic field strength goes on increasing when you are moving towards the magnet. You observe that the deflection of the compass needle increases as it is moved towards the poles. This is because the magnetic field is stronger near the two poles and hence exert larger force on the compass needle in such region. Here, when the compass is near the pole, more will be the deflection. The deflection of the compass needle increases as it is moved towards the poles. This is because the magnetic field is stronger near the poles. Magnetic field is a vector quantity as it has both direction and magnitude. You know that the physical quantities which are having both magnitude and direction are called vector quantities. As the magnetic field is having both magnitude and direction, it is the vector quantity. The direction of the magnetic field is taken to be the direction in which a north pole of the compass needle moves inside it. Here, you know that you started from the north pole and it gets end from the south pole. And here the north pole of the magnetic needle moves. Even though you started from the north pole of the bar magnet, the north pole of the magnetic needle moves. So here what you can say, the direction of the magnetic field is determined by placing a small compass needle, and the direction of deflection of north pole of the compass needle gives the direction of the magnetic field at that point. So therefore it is taken by convention that the field lines emerge from north pole. Field lines emerge from north pole and merge at the south pole. Merge at the south pole. So the arrow mark is shown like this way. Here it emerges from north pole and merge from the south pole. Emerge from north pole and merge at the south pole. Inside the magnet, the direction field lines is from its south pole to its north pole. Inside the magnet, it is from south pole to its north pole. Thus, the magnetic field lines are closed curve. Outside, The magnetic lines are from North Pole to South Pole, and inside you observe it is from South Pole to North Pole. It is inside, and it is outside from North to South. Inside it is South to North. Magnetic field strength is maximum at the poles. Magnetic lines of force also crowded at the poles. Here, as the strength increases, crowdedness of the magnetic lines of force also increases. The field is stronger, that is, the force acting on the pole of another magnet placed is greater where the field lines are crowded. And also you observe that no two field lines are found to cross each other. Here, two field lines never cross each other. If they did, what happens? If they cross, it would mean that at the point of intersection, if they intersect, at the point of intersection, the compass needle would point towards two directions. Is it possible to show the two directions? No, it is not possible to show the two directions. So, it is not possible to cross the magnetic lines also. They never cross, and that is one of the important property. And all the magnetic lines are, they are the curved. They are the closed curves. And the degree of closeness of the field lines is relative strength of the magnetic field. The relative strength of the magnetic field is shown by the degree of closeness of the field lines. More the field, more the magnetic field, more number of lines in the crowded manner. So, crowdedness also increases as the field strength increases. Children, note down the points. Now, what is magnetic field? The region surrounding a magnet in which the force of the magnet can be experienced is called magnetic field. You write that. The region surrounding a magnet in which the force of the magnet can be experienced is called magnetic field. And also you write, magnetic field is a vector quantity as it has both direction and magnitude. Magnetic field is a vector quantity as it is having magnitude and direction. Then the conventional direction of magnetic field is from North Pole to South Pole. The conventional direction of the magnetic field of a magnet is from its North Pole to South Pole. Then magnetic field lines. Magnetic field lines. What are magnetic field lines? Magnetic field line may be defined as the path along which a unit north pole tend to move. It is path along which a unit north pole tend to move. Then what are the properties of magnetic lines? Properties of magnetic lines are, magnetic field lines are closed curves. You have already observed magnetic field lines are closed curve. The direction of the magnetic field line is North Pole to South Pole outside the magnet and South Pole to North Pole inside the magnet. The direction of the magnetic field line outside the magnet is from North Pole to South Pole. Inside the magnet is from South Pole to North Pole. Magnetic field lines are crowded in the stronger field, in the stronger region. The degree of the closeness of the field lines gives a measure of the strength of the magnetic field. The degree of the closeness of the field lines gives a measure of the strength of magnetic field. No two field lines are found to cross each other. That is discussed already. No two field lines are found to cross each other.